Hello, this is Kit Cabello, one of the co-founders of Veracity and Defiance. I want to introduce all of you to Ajamu Baraka, who is Dr. Jill Stein's Green Party Vice Presidential nominee. He is here joining with us. Thank you, sir, for being with Veracity and Defiance.
My pleasure to be here.
All right. Sir, much has happened during this entire election. And first and foremost, I want to get your thoughts on the three debates between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. What have those debates really stated to the American people, and what are your thoughts on them as candidates and the ideas or policies that they were trying to offer the American people during those debates?
Well, I think those three debates demonstrated that there's a real problem here in this country with democracy. That we didn't get a chance to get to a conversation around policies and programs if you just watched the debate between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Now, what we tried to do, and what we did do, was to offer an alternative debate. Since we were denied access, wasn't allowed to participate in the main stage, we used technology, and we debated the candidates also. Dr. Stein was able to respond to the same questions that were posed to Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. That was live streamed. For the vice presidential debate, I was able to respond to those candidates also. This was picked up by Democracy Now! So we had a chance to engage in the debate, and when we responded with policies and programs, the kind of ideals that the American people need to grapple with. So, it was really, and I think the response was indicative of this, that people around the country were quite disgusted with the childish bickering and adolescent behavior, and the fact that every time they got close to discussing policy, some personal attack would emerge, and off they would go down this negative direction.
And most notably, I believe that altogether on the entire debates, the candidates discussed climate change, which is affecting our whole world and us as a species for only about 5 minutes, I believe.
It's really incredible.
However, that being said, the corporate media is portraying this narrative that this is a debate between two ideologies and this is a debate between two strong candidates. However, thanks to WikiLeaks, they have released millions upon millions of information in regards to Hillary Clinton, the DNC, and how basically the DNC primary itself was rigged from the very beginning. What are your thoughts on WikiLeaks, and what are your thoughts on how corporate media is basically trying to discredit WikiLeaks and the information that they have given to the American people?
I think that WikiLeaks has provided a tremendous public service. That whenever you can bring information to the public that reflects the truth, that reflects stories that they have tried to bury, that reflects information that will help the people to make more informed choices, that's always a good thing. We know that the elite want to control information. They want to determine what kind of information, what kind of ideals are exposed to the people. So WikiLeaks does not allow that to happen. They bring us the information that we need to have. It's unfortunate that the mainstream corporate media, instead of taking the information that WikiLeaks will release, they will join the condemnation of WikiLeaks along with the government and divert people's attention away from the content of the information to this silly narrative about where the information may have come from. I mean, we know that WikiLeaks have been in a position to discover and release information for quite some time. Now, all of a sudden, we're being told that the information that they're getting comes from one source, the Russians. It's silly. I think what needs to happen is for people to take a look at what is in the WikiLeaks releases, as opposed to where that information may have come from.
Now, since this information has been released, and now many Americans are feeling that they were right about this whole entire primary, that the system is rigged against them, that perhaps we need to look elsewhere besides the two political establishment parties. What does this say about the Green Party and other third-party political parties here in the United States? Is there a growing movement for them to expand and perhaps to become a more viable element at the state and federal level of our government?
I think that the historical conditions are such where we only have one direction to go as a third party, and that's up. That the people of this country are looking for real alternatives. And we are in a very strong place to provide them that choice. We have seen a tremendous surge of interest in the party over the last few weeks. I think primarily because of those debates and people being completely turned off to those debates, but also troubled by what they have seen primarily with the Clintons or the Clinton campaign, the kind of reckless rhetoric and bellicosity that indicates that under a Clinton administration, this government will still be committed to this strategy of permanent war. And many people are, quite frankly, fed up with war. But that is the centerpiece of her foreign policy, the centerpiece of their strategy to try to maintain global hegemony. So we've seen that instead of support being reduced in October, like it does normally for many third parties, we have not only held steady, but we have picked up additional support.
Adding on to that, do you believe that the Green Party will perhaps get more than 5% necessary so they can get federal funding to become more viable in state or federal elections, coming the midterm elections in 2018?
We are struggling for that. If we are able to achieve 5%, we will be in a very strong position. We will be able to have automatic ballot access in a number of states. We would qualify for public funds. So we support the idea of elections being funded by the public. And so we'll be in a much stronger position to contest. But again, this campaign is not just about the run on the national level. It's about the hundreds of Green Party candidates who are running across this country at every level of government. So this is part of a electoral movement, if you will. And we are confident that we are, in fact, representative of the wave of the future. The two parties are, the only thing that keeps those two parties going is the fact that they have the kind of significant support they get from the elite. We see the realignment taking place with the Democrats, with many members of the elite that normally supported the Republicans have now moved over to the Clinton side. And we see a consolidation of the elite here in this country. So, we tell people, if you're concerned about the political right, you cannot hope to fight the political right by surrendering your principles and subordinating yourself, subordinating the interests of the people within the context of the Democratic Party, especially when it's clear now that the Democratic Party is moving itself, and been moving for quite some time, to the political right.
Adding on to that, there is, according to many media polls, they're saying that Hillary Clinton is going to win the presidency. It's just going to be open shut case. However, there are some concerns with this because early on the primary, Hillary Clinton was against things that Bernie Sanders was saying, and now she's embraced them, and supposedly she's going to embrace the progressive platform. But seeing as how she gets money from corporate donors and Wall Street and banks, what are we looking at a potential? What could we see in a potential Clinton administration should she be in office?
A continuation of the Barack Obama administration, which was in essence a continuation of George Bush's administration in terms of foreign policy and in many aspects their domestic policy.
Right.
So we in fact see continuity in terms of policy that unites both wings of the ruling element. So there's no question that a Clinton administration will still be committed to neoliberal trickle-down economics and still committed to a very aggressive foreign policy.
All right, last question. This interview is going to be shared on social media, so our viewers, subscribers, and people who are just interested in learning about third parties are going to be watching this video. Where can they find out more information about the Green Party and about the Jill Stein campaign?
Go to the website, jill2016.com. All the information you need to have is there, including our platform. You can go to my website, ajamubaraka.com. Go to our Facebooks, Ajamu Baraka, and you see all of the live streaming and all of the great information you need to have to make informed choices. We say, go check us out. Be a part of the wave of the future. This Green Party is, in fact, the party is going to be the real opposition here in this country.
All right, well, Ajamu Baraka, thank you for joining us here at Veracity and Defiance, and please follow us on our social media at Veracity and Defiance on our YouTube page, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Peace.